Hello, everybody. We are almost on time. Go us. Hey, thank you all for joining us yet again. And we're back. We're all refreshed after a week off, and we're all here. Every single one of us. Feels like it's been forever since we've all been here. We made it. Yay. Before we get started, couple announcements, starting with our next in-person, sitting around a table, rolling real actual dice and doing things. Friday, August 30th. So mark your calendar. 7 p.m. Eastern Time. Friday the 30th. So there, yeah. Other than that, I got nothing. Scott, do your thing.
Hi, guys. I'm Scott. I'm here to talk to you about our Patreon. It's patreon.com/thosenatural1s. Yes, we have one just like every other struggling but savvy artist. We'd love your support. Please check it out. There's many levels to choose from. One of those includes a weekly shout out to everybody at the Meister level higher. So once again, thank you, Les and Flora, my lap, for your continued support. Check out the full list of our patrons at random intervals on the card screen, apparently.
Yeah.
And at our mid and end screens.
Right here.
Because we're updating all the time.
Indeed.
Patreon.com/thosenatural1s. Check it out. We'd love your support.
Thank you, Scott. Emery, where else can they find us and support us when they're not doing that, even though they should be doing that? Because it's only $1 an episode for the cheapest level. So there's that, too.
Right. When we're not relying on the support that we get from our Patreon, the lowest tier of which being the equivalent of $1 an episode. Stick the landing on that.
Thank you.
You can always tune in Tuesdays, 8:30-ish, Eastern-ish Standard Time. On YouTube, on Twitch, on Kick, on Trovo, assuming those are all working. You can also interact with us on Facebook. You can interact with our very own Butch on Butch's blog.
That's right. You write me, leave me notes. You can leave me comments, ask me questions, and I will give you secret information that may or may not be true.
Can you leave lewd Tortle sketches on Tumblr?
I mean, I can't stop anyone from leaving lewd Tortle sketches.
Please leave your lewd Tortle sketches on Butch's Tumblr.
Oh my god!
Can I stop the lewd Tortle sketches?
No.
I don't think you can.
Well, if you don't want to put them on Tumblr.
No,
we're gonna send them to Emery.
Exactly.
It's Tumblr.
That's what I was going to say.
This is what I get for mentioning anything. You can also interact with us on the app formerly known as Twitter. You can interact with us on Threads, which is better Twitter for now. You can, for all of you listening to the audio-only podcast form, continue to find us wherever podcasts are sent out into the universe. Do remember to like, subscribe, share, hit the bell for notifications, and make sure that when you hit the bell, you choose all and not personalized, so that way you never miss an episode. Sound off in the comments to let us know how good or probably bad we're doing. Any and all support helps us out a ton.
Indeed. Thank you for that, Emery. Help us out so maybe we can afford an actual producer so we don't have to hear Scott stapling things in the middle of an episode.
Seamless segue.
He's
Or a studio
seamless.
without children.
Yeah.
I believe that's the same noise that we heard when worms swallowed
Exactly. Sam.
Rude.
So. Sam's yelling at people.
I am
Sam,
quietly
so-
admonishing. Thank you.
Let me first ask you, Sam, what level Patreon do they have to be to get that glorious rainbow unicorn cup?
The ultimate secret tier.
Okay, cool.
Contact Emery at hitthebookvids.com for more details.
No, hold on.
Also includes our There's natural OnlyFans access.
I am not a distributor. Do not put that evil on me, Ricky Bobby.
All right. So, for real though, Sam, tell us all, remind us all, because we've slept since then. What happened in our last episode 2 weeks ago?
So, last session, we met for breakfast, and Elric shared our newest mission from the general to clear out the caves that Butch had told her about for a potential resistance base. Hymir was very happy at the prospect. The party arrived to the location, and after some scouting, otter shenanigans, and some swimming difficulties, we made it into the caves. As we explored, we could feel and hear rumbling in the ground. In the largest chamber, we spied eggs on a small plateau. What if they were turtle eggs? Some of us thought. Elric went to investigate further, and we were ambushed by massive, toothy purple worms. Once again, multiple party members were swallowed by the thing. We were fighting, and we were ultimately successful, and all got out of them. The session ended as we investigated the area, and Elric messaged the general, letting her know that the coast was clear, and we'd be returning in the morning.
Indeed. And if I remember correctly, you guys went up and noticed that the eggs were long abandoned, cracked.
Yep, all the old shells.
Old shells. So, as this was all happening, the other member of your party was sent on his own quest. Butch was asked to go to a nearby temple of Melora, the goddess of nature, the sea, the wilderness. And okay, I'm sorry, our audio check just came back. Anyway, Butch, let's get some music going here, actually. So, Butch was sent to a nearby temple of Melora in an effort to garner favor and potentially find allies amongst those loyal to the mistress of nature, the wild, the sea, and so on and so forth. Butch, go ahead and roll me let's just do this real quick. Go ahead and roll me a survival check. Since you're in mesh, you are a wanderer of mesh. Go ahead and do it with advantage to see just how long it takes you to get to this temple with the directions given to you.
All right, guys, let's see if I live up to our name, those natural ones. Can you imagine if I got 2 natural ones? That'd be amazing.
Epic.
Epic.
Sweet.
Is that the
Oh
one?
my god.
Close.
Close, though.
Close.
Only a 15.
With a 15's not bad. You're fairly familiar. You may not have spent time in this specific area of mesh, but you're very familiar with this topography, this
15 is really good.
jungle environment that you grew up in. It takes you the better part of a day to get there. As the sun is cresting, you continue through this jungle path, would be generous, game trail more like, continuing towards the source of, or the location that was given to you.
Nick, I hate to interrupt your flow, but Butch was promised people would be traveling with him. And since Butch thrives on having people to look after and take care of and worry about, I'd like to know who those people are.
Okay. Well, for the sake of the fact that we didn't play last week, we're going to say that Butch went solo on this mission.
Oh, no.
Due to logistics and game mechanics, we're going to say that Butch more or less went solo.
Okay.
As you approach this almost wall of vines and trees and undergrowth, you push through to see Go ahead and make me a perception check, actually.
Because passive perception won't cut it.
Well, sometimes it's more about what you hear.
11.
Which is
much
not
worse
much.
than passive perception.
No. Yeah, your passive perception definitely takes into account. This is just to see if you see anything extra on top of that. As you push through this almost wall of vines and foliage, you come into an overgrown clearing. The trees themselves seem to almost stop at this wall. As you step in, you see shrubs now, small plants, nothing taller than maybe mid-thigh to you. In the center, this clearing itself is fairly large. You're probably looking at, a quarter mile in diameter, a fairly circular clearing here, save for the very center. The very center, you see a grove of trees, and at first glance, most people would only see it as a grove of trees. But with your passive perception of... What is your passive? 15. Your passive perception of 15, you can see stones kind of hidden behind. This isn't necessarily a grove of trees so much as there's a building here that is moss covered, and there's vines growing down it, trees, small pedestals, there's almost like a tiered structure, almost ziggurat-esque, and on each of those tiers you see smaller trees, trees probably no wider than maybe 8 to 10 inch diameter trunks growing up this structure. And in the very center you see a small stone staircase covered in, lichen and other moss type growth. Seems to go up a good maybe 20-30 feet before disappearing into the darkness inside of this growth.
Okay. I'm going to make my way towards the center as respectfully as I can.
As you approach, and as you walk up these steps, the sounds of wind rustling through the trees is heard. You walk up, and where this staircase enters into this darkness, there's a stone path, cracked stone with grasses growing through. This looks like an old abandoned place that nature is in the process of reclaiming.
I'd like to kneel down for a moment and use my wanderer survival tracking skills to see if this is in fact abandoned.
Okay.
Or if there are any signs of people having passed through here.
Go ahead and roll me, and I'll let you do either nature or investigation, your choice.
Huh. Both are hilarious. So I will roll investigation because I've always been awesome. Now, have you know, I have raised my intelligence, so that is actually at a +1. So I got an 11.
All right, with an 11, you don't notice any signs of traffic.
Well, this must not be the place. I will abandon this and continue searching.
Fantastic.
No. Okay. Well, I guess I will move forward on faith alone.
You continue into this darkened path. You walk forward probably only maybe like 20 feet or so before throughout this entire place, this entire walk through this path, there are beams of light kind of breaking through the cracked ceiling and the canopy that's grown over. And you kind of take a second and look up and you notice that you're not walking under really a ceiling so much as the growth, the plant growth has grown up and formed a canopy above you. And these beams of light of the sun piercing through, making this speckled pattern along the ground, along the path you're walking. Looking forward, there's clearly an opening ahead of you. Bright light, well, daylight. I guess you're getting close to dusk, so saying bright light is a little misleading. But you can see ahead of you probably an area of full sunlight.
Is this one of several places I've investigated, or is this a place that I was told about?
You were given directions that led you here.
Okay, so this matches a description I was given?
More or less, yes.
All right, so
and well,
this matches a description of a not necessarily a description of what it looked like,
correct,
but where it should be.
Yes, the location is correct to the best of your knowledge, and you are looking for a temple to the goddess of the wilderness, nature, and the sea, so you can kind of correlate that these two things could very well be connected.
Well, it would make sense that a goddess of nature and the sea would maintain the appearance of wilderness as opposed to in being inhabitedness. So I keep exploring.
As you walk in probably another 20, 30 feet, the canopy opens up, the walls open up. You find yourself in a central chamber, almost kind of the opposite of the exterior. This, instead of having tiers going in upwards, now you are in a larger structure with tiers almost getting smaller the farther down they go. You walk out into this larger circular structure. You see a few steps down, there's a smaller ring, and then a few steps down again to a ground floor central location that's probably roughly 45, 50 feet in diameter, and in the center you see the remnants of a fountain, a basin there with a stone basin with ivy growing along. You see the broken off top where some sort of figure or fountainhead had stood at one point. Water inside green with algae and other small plant material. You see trees growing, smaller trees, saplings and stuff growing on each one of those concentric circle levels.
Okay. I will slowly, respectfully move down towards the bottom.
Go ahead and make me one more perception check now that you're inside this central chamber.
Come on, big, higher than 8.
That's a 9.
Yeah, 9.
That just happened.
All right, with a 14 total.
If you ask, you shall receive.
It's fine. As you walk down these stairs towards the central chamber, the ground throughout each one of these levels at one point was paver stone and cobblestone. And you can see it's very uneven now as the grass and roots have dug and grown and pushed its way through the cracks, knocking these stones out of place. Walking down the stairs, there are a few that kind of wobble underfoot. Nothing to be of any danger to you as you're walking slowly and with purpose. However, you could see if you took these a little recklessly, you could fall on your ass easily. As you make it down close to that central bottom circle, you notice movement coming from across the other side. You look up to see a 6-point buck lift its head, kind of stare at you from underneath one of the trees in that central landing.
Wow. I'll nod in the buck's direction and then continue down towards the bottom.
As you nod in the direction of the buck, you swear it nods back at you.
Okay. Moving down.
As you approach... I was just going to say, as you approach the bottom, what are you doing now that you are in that central area?
Is there a place to sit near the bottom?
You don't notice really... there. Actually, yes. Once you get down to the bottom of the stairs, you notice that the cobblestones at the base of the stairs are completely gone. It is a tuft of grass that has grown through here. In front of that grass, forming almost a semicircle, it looks like at one point there was a small, probably like a pony wall or something right there, but it has collapsed on certain things, forming almost like where the center is higher, but as it goes down, it descends around almost in like a crescent shape between the stairs and that fountain. You could potentially sit on that wall if you wanted. The whole thing being maybe at the tallest point, maybe 3.5, 4 feet tall.
Sure. When I get down to the bottom, I'm going to set down my things that I've been carrying.
And you're going to set off a car alarm.
Yep, that is exactly what I'm going to do. It being the wilderness and all. I'm going to set my things down at the bottom. I'm going to walk over to the fountain, and I will give thanks to Melora for providing this sacred space, and I'll pour out some of my drinking water into the fountain, and then I will go back to where my things are, and I will kneel down in contemplative prayer, sending first one up to sending Moonbow, thanking her for watching over me during my journey, and also letting her know that I'm about to pray to Melora, and then I will improvise a prayer to Melora, letting her know that I have arrived at this sacred spot, and informing her of my intent to make contact with her followers there.
Are you... these prayers that you're doing, are you vocalizing them, or are they internal?
I think the prayer to sending Moonbow will be internal. Honestly, no, Butch isn't going to be vocalizing the second one either, because he's too faithful.
Fair enough.
He's not as rooted in the material as perhaps he should be.
As you kneel,
He's smart, but he's not that smart.
as you kneel there and you pray, suddenly from beside you, you hear a voice. What brings you here, my child?
Hello. I am Butch. Butch Deadlift. I have been sent. Oh, my apologies. I am a priest of Sunny Moonbow. I have been sent on behalf of the material plane to seek help from the followers of Melora in our struggle against those who wish to pollute and destroy material reality.
A noble quest indeed. All worshippers are welcome here.
Thank you.
As you look up, you notice standing next to you, there is an elderly wood elf in forest green robes with intricate vines embroidered throughout, standing holding a gnarled staff. And you see a mantle across their shoulders of elk or of deer antlers, 6 points.
Oh my gosh, I'm trying to remember what I brought. Did I write it down? Do.
Definitely your A game.
Definitely my A game.
To which he states, worshippers of all of the gods and goddesses are welcome here. This is a safe place that our mother has provided. Your quest seems important. Tell me what the followers of Melora can do to help in such a tremendous feat.
Well, I'm hoping that I can speak with them so that they might join our fight against an army of mind flayers, an invasion of devils. It's been too much. We've lost our country, overrun. I fear it will never exist again. Conticaria is gone. And I suspect it will be, if it isn't the first, it will have, I don't know. The kingdom of Shan keeps expanding, and we know it's been ruled by infernal forces. We know because we rescued its true king, who is trapped in the Shadowfell. I bring with me this holy symbol of Ravenkind, which we found and which I keep, that we used to help destroy the vampire that ruled over Barovia, Strahd. And I have with me a Mace of Disruption, because we are fighting to destroy evil. But we are few in number. So few.
The elf reaches down, placing a hand on your shoulder. Such a heavy burden for one individual to carry. This is a grave quest that... Tell me, are you sent on it alone?
On this leg of the quest, to see you, yes. I have compatriots that have accompanied me on the other legs of this journey. But again, we are few. No more than 6.
Go ahead and roll me a persuasion check real quick. And I'm going to give you advantage because of your speech.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20, fantastic. You feel the weight of this cleric's hand on your shoulder. Is he a cleric? Is he a druid? You're not sure. Some sort of... Clearly, you being a cleric of Sehanin, you can feel some sort of divine energy around him. This burden of yours. I am but one. And it is not for me to say what my mother's forces are to do. For that, you must speak with someone a little more important than me. He walks over to that fountain. This will take an act of faith. But if your faith is true, you will not be alone in this endeavor. Reaches out a hand, places it on the side of the fountain, and what you see is all of the vines that curl around that fountain start writhing and erupting up, kind of growing into midair, elongating and forming a circle right in front of that fountain. He reaches another hand out and kind of in a scooping motion beckons the water forward as it pulls up, kind of swirls and writhes up into that circle. You see this whirlpool form and then go silent, go still, shimmering slightly. And through that wall of water, you see... At first, it looks like it's just the forest of mesh. But then you notice there's something different. It's denser, wilder, more vibrant, yet darker.
Am I to journey there?
If you indeed need and ask for the assistance of those who follow Melora, your answers lie on the other side.
I live to serve. I will pick up my things and get them all back adjusted on me and step through.
As you step through, we're going to switch over to the other ones. Taking a slight rest inside of the cave after your encounters with the worms. This is almost immediately after you all finished searching the cave, and sent the message to the general. As you are up on that small little dais with the eggs, suddenly you feel another rumble. You see the stones on the ground start trembling. Slowly they start moving. You see almost like those the moving stones in the salt flats as they start kind of careening one another around, leaving trails in the dust and the dirt, until finally they arrange themselves in a circle. You see the dust, almost like a gust of wind through, as this dust erupts through the air before settling down. And as you look through this circle that is formed on the ground, you see a dense forest. And everyone in the cave, make me a perception check.
Fancy.
Ooh, you guys going good tonight.
Is it perception?
We can see with our special eyes.
Butch
My
got all
brand.
rolls out.
All right. So that is a 26 for Arnon, a natural 20 for a 29 for Gwen, a 22 for Ember, an 18 for Elric. And
Is Orpheus
Oh,
using
there it
his
is.
eyes?
Orpheus is not using his eyes. A 9 for Orpheus. Orpheus, some of that dust puff, that puff of dust must have gotten in your eyes, and you're sitting there trying to blink it out. The rest of you, looking through this circle that's appeared on the ground, you see this dense forest, vines hanging from thick, dark wood trees, leaves of deep orange and red and dark greens, an untouched forest floor. Undergrowth probably is waist high in certain places. Then you see a figure walk between two trees. A familiar figure. You see a Tortle. You see Butch walking this path on the other side of this gateway. Is it a door? Is it an illusion? You're not sure.
It's on the floor, not the wall.
It's on the floor. Gwen, with a natural 20, with a 29, you notice something else. In the shadows behind Butch.
He doesn't have any pants on.
He never has any pants on.
I never have any pants on.
It's a secret.
In the shadows behind Butch, you see eye shine. Close to the ground. Probably 10 feet behind him, hiding, obscured in the undergrowth. Something prowling.
So I get the impression that it's something stalking him, not just like nature.
It looks intimidating.
How far away does Butch appear from the door?
He's not, from the door, probably a good 50, 60 feet maybe. It's not like right up close to it, so.
When I see the eye shine, especially given what has happened recently. I just say he might need us. And then I'm going to step into it.
So you step into...
I'm going to try to. Anyways.
Okay, no, that's fine. So you step into it. Go ahead and make me either an acrobatics or athletics check. You can choose either acrobatics or athletics. As you're stepping... 18. So this is like the epitome of... what's that? Where you step in and you like do
Inception.
What is it? Inception, yeah.
Oh,
where you... Like, you step in and you almost fall forward, and in one fell swoop, you go from standing on a vertical surface to almost standing horizontally, or vice versa, you know what I mean? But to you, it's a little disorienting, but you do it with an 18 without an issue, and you're now standing in this dense forest, and you look back, and the gate is gone.
Can we see her?
Yes, you in the room can see her.
I got really worried it was a one-use portal.
No,
like,
just...
Gwen fucks it up
Be
again.
amazing.
Gwen
That would
fucks...
be amazing.
No, just from your
Please, not again.
from your perception, there's no portal behind you. From the people inside the cave can still see Gwen and Butch.
What are you doing, Gwen?
Nothing.
Did she hear me?
Nope.
It's one way.
You see Butch, though. The two of you see Butch, so you can assume she was going after Butch.
But does
Does she
Butch
hurt?
see
I did
Gwen?
say out loud, I think he might need us, and then I stepped into it because I was more worried about making amends with Butch than any repercussion.
Does Butch appear to recognize her through the portal?
Butch, make me another perception check.
You could just say no.
Then I'd have to roll deception.
Nah.
All right, come on.
Oh,
Butch,
22.
you see... You're walking...
it flirted with that 3, though.
Yeah, it did. You're walking through this forest, then all of a sudden, you hear like a sound, like air just rushing through the area, and you kind of look up and you look over.
Yeah, my head's on a
and-
swivel.
Yeah, you look over and you see a figure that looks like Gwen. All of a sudden, standing probably 60 feet away from you.
Ah, it's a test. Who goes there?
You should probably fireball it.
I was muted.
I can use punch break.
We saw you in a cave. It's Gwen. We saw you in a cave. Look there, and I'm gonna... Can I still see the eye shine?
No, you can't. It's gone.
I think I might have spooked it, but it looked like something was following you, and I wanted to make sure you were okay.
Okay, Spectre. I'll play your game.
And we can't hear
It's
any
me.
of this through our
Butch.
end of the portal.
No,
right?
you all cannot.
I know I fucked up with the skull, but it's me.
Can anybody read lips?
I can. She's
There's a beat
saying,
for that.
There's a feed
I
for
can.
that.
She's
that's what
saying,
I'm
I really want to lick your toes. And he's saying, not right now, Muffin.
Are you sure it wasn't
Bad
toast?
lipping.
But it could be. I'm not that great
Which
at reading
usually
lips.
has toast somewhere.
You
I
see-
don't need to insight check that to know that that's a lie.
You in the cave start seeing the portal start to fade.
Did we report
Everybody,
back about
yes.
this place?
Yes, you
Yeah, the report's been made.
Jump through.
do. All right, you see from behind Gwen all of a sudden that same sound as Arnon appears out of basically thin air.
Oh, another.
I need to make an acrobatics check.
Oh, yeah,
He's
you
got
do.
this.
Acrobatics or athletics.
Gee,
No
which
doubt
one
he's
will I
better.
pick? Dirty 20.
Yeah, without an issue. As Arnon shows up right next to, or slightly behind Gwen.
Ah, Arnon. My
Hello.
memories, I see.
Are who else? Is anybody else going through, or are you going to let the portal close?
I'm
Is it,
ushering
like,
Orpheus
visibly
and-
closing?
and
You
Ember
can.
into
It's
it.
starting to fade. It's starting to, like, the image itself is starting to fade away.
I don't
What do you,
like the
what do
idea
you think,
of everyone
Elric? Do
splitting
we
up.
risk it?
Everybody in the portal.
All right, the three of you, athletics or acrobatics check, your choice.
Ooh, I can go with the acrobatics.
All right, the Orpheus without an issue. Oh God, that's going to be fun.
I
All right.
was pushed in.
I rolled
So-
right past the nat 1, though.
But yeah, Orpheus without an issue jumps through. I'm waiting to see what Elric does. Elric without an issue, and then finally you see Ember faceplant into the dirt. Oh,
It honestly makes sense for me.
as
This illusion is too good.
everybody steps through, and then Ember, you go to do the same thing and kind of try and do that whole Inception like thing, and you slip and something, and just it's disorienting enough that you just fall flat on your face. Mud cakes your cheeks. You get a little bit of moss like in your mouth.
It's free sun protection.
Yeah, there you go.
Hey, Butch. I'm assuming you made that portal thing?
Hello?
Don't mind the slime. Elric got eaten
Don't
by a
call
worm.
me slime.
Gwen. Or you who claim to be Gwen.
I am Gwen. That's me.
Then tell me you can see me.
I can see.
You are
wait,
not
Wait,
Gwen.
no, wait. I realized it. Wait, can I have a mulligan? This is
Yeah.
Sam asking if I can have a mulligan. Sorry, pretend that didn't happen. You asked me to repeat you, and I say, I am able to see you, Butch.
That's good.
I wish I could say what you asked, but you know I am not able to do that.
Orpheus leans over to Elric. Did she break? Did that portal break her?
Usually.
We're all broken to some extent.
Hashtag truth.
Elric, if that is you,
He casts Fireball.
Only one
Set
way
us
to
all
be
on fire,
sure.
or it's not yours.
are you able to leave?
Very funny, asshole.
Hmm.
No, he's a turtle. You got to call him a plastron.
Arnon,
What's up?
if you are Arnon, are you my friend?
I wouldn't go that far.
Okay, how the heck did you guys get here?
Well, that's what I was asking you. Didn't you make the portal?
No, what portal?
We were the cave that you told the general about, the old hatchery, and we cleared it out, and then the portal appeared.
By the way, currently hatching huge worms.
Was
Not cool.
we
There
took
were
care
two of them. They only go in pairs. That cave is clear.
Got swallowed
of it.
again.
Bugs.
They only go in
Yeah.
pairs until they don't.
I don't think it was a big deal.
Okay.
Of course you don't.
I was under the impression I was allowed in here because I was alone.
You're never alone. We'll always
No.
be with you.
That's
I like
okay.
to imagine Ember
As
just
you-
said that with the moss in her teeth. Just-
As you all are having this conversation, Gwen, with your passive perception of 19, you start hearing the chittering of animals, and you, from behind you, you hear like almost the scraping sound of like claws, like small claws, not like something massive, but the scraping sound of like small fingers or claws on wood, on bark.
Does it sound like a fox, maybe, that's about to be blown away?
It sounds like something probably about that size. Not necessarily.
How close?
Within 30 feet.
Can I walk towards the sound?
Do you want to take a quick gander?
Sorry, I meant I would like to look towards the sound.
There you go.
You want me to perceive?
Sure.
17.
17. You kind of look over in that area, and in one of the trees, probably 20 feet away from you, you see a small, like spider monkey, like kind of crawling along one of the branches, and you hear the fingernails kind of like scratching against, making sure it has a good grip.
Is it watching us?
Yeah, it appears to be looking in your direction.
Can I slowly approach it?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I want to slowly approach it.
Yeah, as you start walking towards it, it just kind of like, it realizes, you can see a moment of realization that it's, oh shit, they see me, but it doesn't really back off so much as it just like sits up straight on the branch.
Can I pull out, or I assume that we would have some kind of dried fruit trail mix stuff in the bag, ration, something like that. I'm gonna pull that out and offer it.
It kind of just
Kinda
looks at
hold it
you
out.
and just like kind of looks down and then just kind of shrugs slightly.
I'm going to cast Good Shroom, make a little handful of mushrooms, and hand those over.
I mean, it's probably a good maybe 10, 12 feet in the air on this branch. But if you kind of hold up and everything, and it just kind of looks at it, and it's just like, makes a couple little squeaky noises.
Let's look back at the party. Like,
Butch is going to walk over to Orpheus. And I'll touch his shield.
Wait,
And cast light.
You cast light on his shield.
Yep.
Okay.
It's now glowing with, what does it say? It says bright light in a 20-foot radius.
Okay.
No, I'd like to flavor it so that it is bright, but it's like silver moonlight as opposed to
Sure.
sunlight.
Sure. Absolutely. Gwen, was there something else you were going to do?
I want to approach it a little closer.
Okay. At this point, you're
Just
pretty
see how it
much
reacts.
almost directly below it, and it's just kind of like looking down at you. Like,
Is there a spider monkey wild shape? Just asking for a
I
friend.
mean, you can technically wild shape into anything.
Anything she's
Anything-
Come at you
any-
like a spider monkey.
Anything of appropriate CR. Let's change that.
Okay.
But no dinosaurs.
Clear.
I turn
gonna-
into a blue whale with legs.
I want to be half shark, half human. Thank you.
Oh,
Can
no.
I don't do that. I'm gonna look at look back over my shoulder and say, "You guys see this, right?"
They should
Or
see
do
me.
you
I'm
guys
sitting
see
right
this,
here.
right? What? You talk?
Yeah.
You
You
fade into
can
just a
speak
big
to me?
smile.
Oh my
Oh,
god! Please,
no.
please,
Is the current
please.
environment really dark?
We're just in the fucking Feywild
It's
again.
it's pretty. I mean, it's probably like Twilight light level. So
Okay, so we can
So
see.
overcast.
yeah,
Got it.
Well, we can see a lot better thanks to your shield.
it's like
Um.
I'm just trying to aim it in a non completely awkward spot, but not like right on whatever
Yeah.
this thing is.
I did not expect you to speak.
I did not expect you to be here.
Neither did I. If that makes you feel any better. This is all kind of a leap first escalator.
What do you? Where did you
That
come
phrase
from?
goes at all.
Well, we were in a cave. Now we're here. We were in a cave, and then a door opened, and then we were like, oh, look.
You are just
Our
full
buddy
of
was here first.
useful information, aren't you?
Always. Even when it's bad for everyone else.
Can the rest of the group understand what's?
Oh yeah. If you're close enough,
This
yes.
isn't Sylvan.
No, no.
Thank God.
This spider monkey's absolutely speaking common to you.
What?
He kinda-
Are you from here?
He kind of hangs down, kind of like flips forward and hangs down from the branch to get a little closer. He's like, well, that's an interesting story. That's an interesting question with a more interesting answer. But short answer, yes. From here, we're all from here.
Where is here? Where are we?
Where are we? I mean, this is the forest. This is... This place goes by many names.
Any of them. Like, throw some at me.
I think we're on a different plane.
But which one?
This is...
I'd like to roll religion
Go for it.
since I'm supposed to know this. Watch me botch it. 7.
It
He brought his
literally
big dice
said
tonight.
it.
Butch,
You said
need
it
to,
and it happened.
you need to stop talking
No.
when you're rolling.
I had a feeling it was gonna botch, so I said it.
This place goes by many names.
Butch says confidently, "We're on the plane of the forest."
Sure, we could go with that. It also goes by the happy hunting grounds to some, the wilderness to others. Most commonly referred to as the Beastlands, though.
The Beastlands.
Is this like the Feywild but better?
Is there a check for who knows what this is?
Um,
Because even above board, I don't know what this is.
this
Hey,
would be
wizard.
history.
I'm not sure, but I think they all shake hands. This here.
Yeah, it would be. I would say history or religion.
All right.
I already rolled
Can
my
I-
religion.
Also roll that or
Sure.
help? I don't know which is better.
Go for it. Just
I
roll.
wanna know if
Whoever
I
wants to roll. Not
Oh, I
Orpheus.
got that
Yeah.
Not.
God
Those natural ones.
damn it.
Are we
That's
rolling
actually good.
religion?
Yeah.
There we go. Good job, Gwen.
Not Orpheus. Not Arnon.
None of us.
Not Ember. Gwen. Elric, you've heard the term Beastlands before.
Ember's head's still ringing from face planting.
Gwen,
I can't hear anything through all this moss.
the term when this monkey says Beastlands, it clicks something in your memory, something that you thought you forgot about. You suddenly are back to a memory of your childhood, sitting in a chair as your father droned on at you some lectures and tales, as he was wont to do. And you see yourself sitting there doodling little mushrooms on the corners of a scrap piece of parchment as your father is reading to you out loud from this book. And 3 specific words pop in your memory with a 16. Beastlands. I keep saying Beastlands like it's a fucking name. The Beastlands.
Sounds like a grocery store.
Welcome to Beastlands.
Hello.
Just don't go see the donkey show.
Oh, God.
This is why we can't have nice things.
Sorry, 3 terms, not 3 words. Beastlands, Wheel of Cosmology, and Melora.
Wheel of Cosmology.
It's where you get your makeup done.
Yeah.
What the Wheel of Cosmology is?
That's
Like
the
a
wheel of
palette.
cosmetology.
Or is it just like I've heard the phrase and I'm like, eh.
Those are the
Okay,
3
it's
words.
Not a mushroom.
Those are the 3 words that you remember from that lecture your father was giving.
Is this where Melora resides? Then?
The mother. This is her home.
Next time my dad says I didn't listen, I'm gonna give him words.
You remembered on accident, didn't you?
She's around. She's everywhere. She's nowhere. She's around somewhere.
Is she in all things?
She would like you to think so.
Ooh. That was sassy.
Has she not been where you needed her to be recently?
I mean, she doesn't really... It's not like she just walks around in the open. She sees, she provides. If this land is here, then she's somewhere.
If she's not here, does the land disappear?
Well, we don't know. Because she's always been here.
Okay, got it.
Is this a no matter where you go, there she is situation?
She's like the Tower of Dis.
No matter where you go, there you are. I assume that we are here for a reason. Perhaps it is Melora herself that gave us a one-way trip here.
Could be.
You don't happen to like
Or a bad thing.
lose time
We're about to
or
find
anything
out.
when you come and leave here, do you?
Are you asking the monkey?
Yeah, monkey.
Those who were born here never leave, so...
Where the... What?
I don't know the answer to that question. For once you are here, you don't leave.
We don't leave?
No one leaves.
Oh, man.
I
My
know there's an autumn
favorite
joke in there
word.
somewhere.
Speaking of
Can
my
we
favorite
check out
words.
anytime we like?
There is a hotel down the street.
Yes,
What?
a treehouse
Palm trees.
hotel.
Palm trees on the
What's-
sign.
What's your name? Or what would you like to be called?
My name.
Foxy.
Transpermanern.
Jimbo.
Phenomenon.
God damn
Oh,
it.
My name, yes. Yes, we had names once. Laniac, they called me.
Laniac?
Laniac.
Maniac the Maniac. I've heard of you. You did some crazy shit in your day.
But once we're here, our names don't really matter anymore.
I think this guy's in a cult. How do you feel about Asmodeus?
Never heard of him.
Then I'm not familiar with that name.
Never heard of
That's
it.
exactly what his followers would say.
That's not. Oh my god.
Arnon, are you okay? You seem
That's
really
a loaded
obsessed
question.
with Asmodeus lately.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Insight check.
God damn it.
Is that to see if he's lying or to see if he's okay?
Both. Got a 14.
How do I hide which role I'm doing?
Do a private roll to me.
Yeah.
Roll on self-control.
Fail every time.
Shit. That was a good roll too.
Yeah.
I seem to be lying. You beat me by 1. I got a 13.
I'll take it. All right, Orpheus is now suspicious. Orpheus will remember this.
With
Orpheus
my
is
-2.
now suspicious?
I'm the only one who's asked.
Well, let's be fair. Most of the stuff I did last time was in his head, so you guys didn't hear the ponder about Asmodeus. out
That's
loud
a
before.
fair point. That's a fair point.
This monkey suddenly looks over its shoulder and says, "Well, I guess it's time to go. Welcome to Brux." Disappears off into the trees.
Bro.
Welcome to what?
Is this like
Brux.
Zabumafu? It just like hops away.
Yeah, pretty much.
Brux? Oh boy.
Now you
Well,
all
we're-
stand in this dense forest with almost a dusk or twilight, dawn or dusk, twilight style light peeking through a dense canopy. Vines hanging, thick trees all around you.
We don't have any way to get home this time either. So
No,
Well,
we don't.
our
Arnon,
animal-
we have faith.
I mean,
Yeah,
you
we
do
will-
have the hole.
I have more of the Limp Bizkit type of faith.
You have the hole of random opening.
Oh yes,
Yeah,
that's
that
just
thing.
as reliable as the amulet. So
Can we bring the whole of random opening with us?
can you unfold it from the other side?
Butch, how is it that you ended up in
Yeah.
this place?
Oh, well, I journeyed, spoke with a very nice elf who did some cool magic and opened up a portal to this world that I stepped through, blind faith, that I would be fine. And here I am.
What was your goal?
Well, my mission is to meet the followers, the worshippers of Melora, to forge an alliance with them in our efforts to beat back the forces that are trying to destroy or corrupt the material plane.
And would this beast wild place be the place to find those followers?
I would imagine so, given that this plane is undoubtedly that of untamed wilderness, which is the domain of Melora.
Well, I suppose we should wait on jumping into the hole then. Though how long, I don't know.
Yep, we
Hopefully
don't
it's
know.
not like the Feywild.
Hopefully not. We need to find Melora.
Gwen, did your father's books time work? Any work?
He fell into a Feywild riff, and his time slowed down.
Yeah, he's frozen now.
Aw.
Oh,
Oh. Come on, internet.
Maybe.
it looks like he froze with judgmental dad posture.
Fabulous.
Don't
Wait.
judge me, Dad.
He's got that down already.
So,
That
Well,
didn't
for
take-
Orpheus, that's like accidentally judgmental, Dan. He doesn't mean to be.
as we wait for Orpheus to come out of his time stop, what are you all doing?
Any ideas on how to find Melora in her own plane?
Yeah, we continue walking and talk to the people we encounter and get some directions. Be friendly. Don't murder anything, I say, looking at Arna.
Why don't you look at Leroy Fireball Jenkins?
Yeah, I'm looking at Elric.
Okay, first of all, that was a very different situation. Situations.
Well, this is not the Feywild. I have faith that the smartest elf in the room will continue to be smart.
Orpheus, are you back
Butch.
from time stop?
Am I back?
You are back.
Hooray!
Would you like to ask your question now?
I was in Discord jail for a bit there. My question was, Gwen, in your dad's books, was there any indication that there's time shenanigans like the Feywild?
Do I remember that?
No.
Should I roll religion again?
No, you already rolled a 16. You don't remember any mention, but you also don't really remember much at all about that lesson.
Can tell you about 8 words he told me from that lesson. 7. And none of them were time.
No, you
I couldn't-
can't
Wonderful.
tell him anything about the lesson.
Fuck! I am unable to tell you anything about the lesson. I can remember approximately 7
No, you
words.
can't
and none
remember.
of them were time. Fuck! I said I am not able to. Didn't
And then
I?
you said, I can remember.
God bless it. Fuck!
Yeah, it's
I'm not a specter. I'm tired.
So, what are
That's
you
a
all,
good quote. I'm not a specter. I'm tired.
what are you all doing?
Going to follow your lead on this, Butch. Hopefully, it works.
Nick, I'm assuming there aren't any. No, there probably are natural paths because deer make paths.
Go ahead and roll me
So,
a...
what have I been following?
You literally just popped through a portal and walked around one tree and saw Gwen.
Oh. All right. Well, I'll look for deer paths then.
Go ahead and roll me either a investigation or a survival check.
Oh, I wonder which one I'll choose. 15 on survival.
Looking around, this wilderness is practically untouched.
Yeah.
I'm looking
for a deer path.
And looking behind you in the way that you walked, you don't even see your own footprints. You take a step, noticing that, you kind of look down at your feet and notice the undergrowth like pressed under your feet. You take a step back and see in a matter of a few seconds all of the undergrowth go completely back to perfectly upright.
Okay.
Are there any animals here?
Go ahead and roll a perception check.
And there was one edition where there was a summon woodland creature spell.
With an 11, you don't notice anything else.
Right, well, we should probably press on and meet some people.
Orpheus is gonna shine his lit shield around and look and see if there's any kind of path or any indication of a worn area.
Where did you come from? Like, which direction?
I assume I'm able to do that, right?
Yeah, you kind of point. There's a couple large trees behind you that you walked around. Because, like I said, you basically came through this portal, walked around a tree, and saw Gwen standing there.
So, should we go the way that you were headed when you came in?
I imagine so. There any natural landmarks around here? Really tall trees, mountains? Or is it just too much canopy to see?
Too much canopy to see anything outside of. And you look through, and between the trees that are all around you, you can't really make out anything past maybe 50 feet because of how thick the trees are, and like placements of these large trees and these smaller little saplings between.
Orpheus climb a tree again?
Yeah, doesn't hurt.
I mean,
I'll
it
try
might.
Climb a near tall tree to see if I can get a better view.
Okay, go ahead and make
You
me.
never reach the top.
Go ahead and make me an athletics check. Oh my god. It teetered on that too. With a 26, you find a nearby tree, a large tree with very, very smooth bark, but tons of just thick branches. Easy to climb. You start going up it, climbing. You see as your friends shrink in the distance below you. You continue upwards, climbing. Always looking up, you see as you pass layers of branches, layers of leaves, you still do not, after climbing for a good 5 minutes, you still don't seem any closer to the top of the canopy. Suddenly, as you're climbing up, you get to this portion of the main trunk. You move from one large branch to another, and you find yourself face to face with a hole in the tree, probably a good 6 to 8 inches in diameter. You kind of see two small little specks of light looking back out at you.
If you were Gwen, you would jump in right now without thinking.
Not jump in, just stick my face in.
Sure.
Blindly.
I'm not gonna
Get
win
my
it
antlers
this
stuck.
one, so I'll pull up my shield so I can kind of shine that magic light in there.
Shine the light in, and you see this small little gray squirrel standing there. It's like, oh, you're an interesting one. I haven't seen you before.
Apologies. I don't mean to infringe on your home, but I'm trying to find the top of this tree.
The top. There's no top.
What do you mean?
What do you mean? What do I mean? The tree. There's no top.
There's no sky? Nothing beyond these trees?
The trees are all that there is in this land.
Interesting. Above board, what were the followers that Butch mentioned earlier?
The followers of Melora.
Melora. All right.
Yeah.
Where could I find followers of Melora?
We are all followers of Melora. That is how we ended up here. For being followers.
God damn it.
Interesting. And are there any that are especially loyal to Melora?
That's. We are all especially loyal to Melora. That's the only reason why we're here.
This fucking guy.
Do you have any leaders?
We don't need leaders. We live in peace here.
Huh.
There's
All
no
right.
need for law here. There's no need for order. We all just live.
If one were to have a desire to speak directly with Melora, where would one go?
Melora's always listening.
And will she speak back?
I guess that would be between you and Melora.
Just bang my head into the tree. Fuck.
Well, I appreciate your time. Sorry to have troubled you.
Oh, it's no trouble. I'm always interested in meeting new people.
Goodbye. And I just slowly and awkwardly start to climb back down the tree.
I wonder if I wild shape here if I can speak common.
Enjoy your time in Brooks.
This is a wild scene right here. Like someone decked out in armor, God knows how far up a tree, talking to a squirrel.
And with that, we're going to go ahead and take our break.
Sweet.
So, give us like 5-10 minutes, and we will be right back with more
Return
of this.
to In Brooks,
No.
the movie that you didn't know you needed.
See you guys in just a little bit. And we are mostly back. Unfortunately, Cassandra had to jump, so she will be back. Excuse me. She will be back with us next week. So, as we pick up again, as Orpheus, you are starting to descend after your conversation with a squirrel in the tree. Takes you about a minute or a few minutes to get back down to terra firma, I guess, and regroup with the rest of your team.
Orpheus, did you find anything?
Well, I had a very interesting conversation with a squirrel.
Oh, good.
There's no top to these trees.
Oh no.
Okay.
They just go on, seemingly forever.
Hmm.
So
And the
this is
squirrel
definitely
seemed
its
to
own
indicate
plane.
that was the case. And much like the monkey we talked to earlier, indicates that Melora's always watching, listening. So maybe our best bet is just to try to have a conversation.
Yes.
I don't understand how there's a ground.
Well, a lot of animals live on the ground, so. it would
Yeah,
make
but if a
sense to
tree
use
grows up forever too. Like, meshed together.
The laws of the material plane don't apply here.
There's
You know, like
gravity.
dream logic.
I'm going to ritually cast Detect Magic.
Okay.
as your eyes are seared out of your head.
You get an aneurysm.
Interesting. This is interesting.
Mm-hmm.
On the other hand, since all the things here are naturally this way.
Yes. That's why.
Now,
That's what
mind
makes
you,
this interesting.
I think the casting of this, while it lasts for 10 minutes, it only takes me 6 seconds in combat, but an additional 10 minutes.
Right.
So I'm spending some time.
So you sit, you do your ritual. Let me.
While he's doing that, I'd like to take extra time and discuss with our druid, who's an expert in nature things, about the best way to humble ourselves and present ourselves to Melora on her home plane, and to how to open conversation.
And she says, "I don't fucking know. I worship Mordrin, not Melora."
He said druid, not
druid.
cleric.
Mordin. Oh, wait, druid. Sorry.
Who also doesn't follow Melora, but fucking loves nature, dog.
Mhm.
Well, I don't know specifically what Melora's into. This all seems a little weird to me. And I've got high bar. But if I were trying to commune with nature, I would be putting myself in it. You know, kind of like
Phrasing.
not like I would be
Thanks.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I would be, you know, like, okay, so if I'm working with mushroom magic, my whole spore deal, I would be getting in the dirt and I would be investigating the mushrooms. I would be, you know, meditating on it. And then kind of seeking a connection with it. It's kind of hard to explain. But you know how when you reach out to Sehanine, when you're casting magic and you're calling on the Lunar Lady, it's that same effect, but you're putting yourself in the soil and you're digging your hands into it and you're being one with it and letting it be one with you, metaphorically, I guess. Don't
Like
eat
a
it.
mole?
I'm not saying, well, you don't have to necessarily dig a hole, but just like
Badger.
embrace it.
Okay.
If you want, we could sit down together and, you know, like the grass and whatnot feels unaffected by us. So let's just, like, you know, sit in it and focus on affecting it, but not like in a negative way, but being part, like being, it's like it ignores our presence. So let's like sit down and like try to make it feel our presence. This is not working, Butch. I'm trying really hard. I swear to God.
No,
I swear
let's
to
give it a
Sahani.
go. Butch kneels down and then lies flat on his face and stomach.
As you all are having this conversation, Elric, you ritually cast your detect magic, and you are familiar with how this typically works, and you have kind of a from doing this so many times in the past, you have an expectation of what you're going to see. You typically, when you do this, you see faint auras around most of the items that you all are carrying, that your group is carrying. Different colored auras depending on the schools of magic and everything. As well as small auras in the wild, pockets of magical energy here and there. You cast this here in this space, and instead of auras, you are met with a blinding white light.
Awesome.
Before I'm magically blinded in terms of magically perceiving things, do I see, notice, or feel any particular school of magic at play?
Slytherin.
Yeah. No.
Slytherin.
You don't notice any school of magic specifically because you feel an overwhelming sense of the divine here, to the point where you can almost take away that this entire area is almost its own entity. Like you are within this plane that is almost a living, divine, like shell around it.
Weirdly imagining like a pulled back view of something like a planet with eyeballs and a mouth.
This is not ego. No.
This is not ego, son of a bitch.
No, this is...
That would have been easier.
It's hard to put this into words because it is hard for the mortal mind to comprehend this level of divination, or this level of the divine. This is not a being. This is not a creature. This is a... So it is not like you... I don't want you to misunderstand what I'm saying, and as you are like inside Melora or anything, because that's not the sensation you're getting. You're getting this overall feeling of divination and divine magic, that this entire plane was created in a wish, almost. This entire area was built by sheer manipulation of divine energy.
So I drop that perception of magical detection, and I just drop to my knees. This place. divinity.
I'm gonna walk over Butch like
You're cutting out again,
Can't hear
dude.
you.
We can only hear the first half of every sentence you're just saying.
awesome. Is Butch rolling around in the dirt?
No, he's face down.
Wait, when Gwen offered to sit with him, he laid face down in the dirt?
Yeah.
Gwen is also
Well-
laying face down in the dirt then. Like, she's just mirroring it. She's like, the more the merrier. Like, making dirt angels. Grass
I'm
angels.
not making dirt angels.
Gwen
I'll
is.
walk over to them,
It's just disappearing every time her arm moves.
shake my head.
Arden,
What's this god's name?
Melora.
Melora, we would be better off.
Melora!
You
I
would be better off.
I just shout Melora. Melora!
Elric,
You
what?
should hug a tree.
Elric, what were you saying?
I was just on my knees, just kind of stupefied at what I saw. This is unlike anything I've ever seen. I just started muttering, divinity. It's a divine plane all around us.
Yeah. Is that not what I said?
You could respond if you pulled your face up out of the dirt.
No, my head's turned to the side. I'm not
Arden,
eating.
so while okay, there's a lot of things happening right now. So let's break it down for a second. All right, so Elric is having an existential crisis.
Yep.
The other two are mudding with Lewis Litt.
Arnon is shouting goddesses.
Arnon is shouting. Sorry.
Melora!
You're shouting Melora's name. Butch and Gwen, are you doing anything other than shoving your faces in the mud?
Well, I am not shoving my face in the mud. I am embracing the ground and allowing myself. It's like I am imagining myself being supported by the earth, so that I'm allowing myself to relax as completely as possible, and imagining that my heart and my mind might communicate directly with,
Yes.
We're
with
going
the
with it.
world as it is around me.
Dredgingly,
Direction.
as you are dredging yourself through the mud.
And for context,
No.
Morpheus is just leaning against the tree watching all of this madness unfold.
You said it was
Gwen?
grass.
Yeah, Gwen, what are you doing?
Gwen, so I am like laying face down, but it's like my face isn't actually in the grass, but like my forehead is, and I'm trying to. So, learning spore magic, sitting down, putting hands in the dirt, like near the fruit of a mushroom, and like seeking the mycelium and like those lines of communication. That's the same thing that Gwen is trying to do, trying to like find where things are connected, trying to seek out something to connect to here in that same way.
Okay. All right. Butch, Gwen, and Arnon, since the three of you are in your own respective ways trying to make contact
dirty,
here, I would like the three of you each to roll me a religion check.
But I'm not good at that.
I don't care.
Oh no.
Melora!
I think I've studied, but
My dirt angels aren't working with a 7.
So we have
sure I don't get advantage.
an
More.
11, a 7, and a Butch.
That's 15.
Okay. Luckily,
Respectable.
Luckily for you all, I was combining these. It was a group effort here, because you all three are in your own ways trying to make contact. As you all go through these, I'm gonna loosely use the word rituals to try and make contact. I would like everyone to roll.
Yeah.
I would like everyone to roll me a perception check, please.
too busy shouting to hear.
I think I rolled a
As
27.
perceptive as
You
ever.
did.
Oh,
Gwen with a 27, Arnon with a 17, Orpheus with a 6, Butch with an 8, Elric with a 22. Gwen and Elric, you are the two that hear it. You all are going through your rituals, shouting, and it takes you a second because you have to hear in between Arnon's shouts of the word Melora.
The name.
Suddenly, you hear from probably right outside this wooden boundary, you start hearing the babbling of a creek. You swear that wasn't there a minute ago. You start hearing water. Slowly. Just gently. You can tell, especially Gwen, being a druid, being well-versed in nature, you can kind of tell this is not a deep... just from the sound of the water over rocks, you can tell that this gentle flowing, maybe a creek, maybe a small river, you're not sure. But you swear it was not there a minute ago.
Lifting my head up from the grass, I think I hear something. Like water. Do you hear it?
Melora!
Arden, shut the fuck up for a
Elric,
second. Do you hear
Elric
it?
would be the only other person to hear it.
I say nothing and just start walking towards it.
can I listen more
That's where I'm
closely?
hearing it from. Let's check it out.
So you all walk, and
I'll get up and follow.
as you all follow Elric as he starts heading towards this water noise, you walk through probably a good 50, 60 feet, not too terribly long, as you wind yourself through these large trees before you reach... Is it a creek? Is it a small river? You know, probably 25 feet wide. You look down, it's maybe 2 feet deep, stretching from tree line. You look to your left, you see it kind of go probably 100, 150 feet before it seems to almost wind itself and disappear into some trees. You look to your right, and it's almost a mirror image, flowing for probably about 150, 200 feet in that direction before tapering off to the left slightly and disappearing into the foliage over there.
We follow the water.
Oh, yeah, that sounds like...
Melora!
Which way?
God damn it.
Where'd everybody go?
Let's walk back and pull Arden. Come on.
We're going to continue with those same perception checks you just rolled for the sake of brevity.
Great.
And
Awesome.
You're welcome.
as you stand there debating which way to go, Gwen,
Yes.
out of the corner of your eye, you see movement to your left, upriver. You kind of glance over and you see a large black panther sulk out from the underbrush and dip their face down and start lapping up water.
How far away is it?
50, 60 feet to your left.
I want to kind of openly, I'm not trying to sneak, I'm just openly walking, hands up, in the most non-confrontational, I don't know what to do with my hands, confrontational pose that I can figure out, and approach it. See if it talks to me. This is a weird day.
As you start walking, this Black Panther stops, kind of turns up,
Sick Black Panther.
kind of turns its head towards you, just watching as you approach. As you get close, you hear,
I wish a motherfucker would.
God
That's
damn
what you
it.
actually said. Oh shit!
God damn it, Scott. As
Fucking broke. I'm done.
all right. Anyway, reset. As you walk up, this panther looks up. You do not belong here.
We seek an audience.
An audience with whom?
With the mother?
We seek help.
We humbly are requesting help. And
To walk with Melora is to tread the path of the untamed.
Well, the untamed of the material plane is at great risk.
do you mean that literally?
What do you believe Melora can do for you?
I believe I can't hear what Mueller is saying. Let me turn up the volume on my laptop.
The panther said, what do you believe Melora could do for you?
Melora's undoubtedly unbelievably powerful. And there are outsiders on the material plane spreading fire, destroying nations. It has to stop.
And surely
We've
you...
been sent.
You can continue.
Oh, we seek help.
But surely you are aware that the divine cannot interfere in the matters of the material plane.
But what about when the fate of the material plane is interwoven with the planes of the divine?
Literally interwoven, the planes colliding and crashing together.
And what is it you would ask Melora to do?
Does Melora have followers on the material plane who would join the fight against those who seek to rip it apart?
As long as there is divinity, there are followers. Melora is of no difference. Her followers, while not organized in cities and towns, her followers are many, yet spread. For the wilderness whispers truths that cities cannot hear.
Perhaps we were led here because this is the is the way to contact them all at once. Yeah, that's right.
That's Melora's calling card right there.
Oh shit, she is here.
Apologies.
We sought to commune with this place and found you in this water. It seems like something we're doing is being heard. We just need to do we need to walk the path of the untamed here?
Every bloom and beast is a testament to her grace. From the mountain's peaks to the ocean's depths, Melora watches over all. And to harm nature is to challenge the Wild Mother herself.
Well, we humbly ask that the mother help fight against.
Does Druidcraft work here?
You would have to try and find out.
Okay. Is there like a flower or a bud or something around? You know, like a...
Yeah, there's...
Sure. Okay, fine.
Stuff everywhere.
I find like a partially opened bloom, and I want to try to cast Druidcraft on it to help it grow.
So, interesting. You find this actually right next to you. There's this white flower, large white petals with deep yellow. I can never remember if it's the pestle or the stamen as the part that sticks out of the middle.
It's called the sticky uppy part.
But either way, you cast Druidcraft with the intent of just making this flower bloom. Yet something in this land seems to amplify that ability. And instead of that one flower blooming, a host of these almost identical flowers of varying sizes, all within, a quarter inch of each other, but all thinner, wider, bigger, smaller, as this blanket appears in almost a 5-foot square around that central bud.
When I see that happen, when he said that to hurt nature challenges the mother, when I see that happen, I just want to ask, does helping and aiding nature honor the mother? Or did I just fuck up? I didn't say that, but that's what I'm worried about.
Internal monologue.
Yes. Gwen thinks. Did I oops?
You see, what had happened was I thought this was a good idea.
Melora has no animosity towards those whom perpetuate nature. That's not the word I wanted to use, but it'll work.
Propagate?
Propagate, thank you. That's the P word I was looking for.
Gotcha.
P word. Do 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 do. P word.
Today is brought to you by the letter P.
The panther looks up. In the wild, we find our truest selves.
Is that what we're meant to do?
Your quest is of your own. It is not for me to say what you are meant to do.
Perhaps there is a boon that we could request.
Like, is there a horn that your followers would use to summon forth the great animals of the wilderness to fight against those that would seek its destruction, or something?
You mention its destruction, yet you have not told me as from whom you are fighting, or with whom you are fighting.
There are mind flayers from Elric. They're from is it the astral plane? The ethereal plane?
Astral.
Astral plane.
Though they've taken to the Underdark as well.
Yes, well.
There are devils. There are lords of hell that threaten to take advantage of the dissolution, of the separation of our planes.
They've set their roots deep in the nation of Shan. 200 years deep. I've borne witness to what it does to the land, these wars. The plains reduced to fields of mud. The animals don't come near. If you were to turn your gaze toward the nation of Mesh and look past our great wall of thorns, you'd see the destruction.
The panther seems to look around, gazing past all of you. Go ahead and make me Butch with Gwen's assistance, as you two are the ones speaking. Go ahead and make me a persuasion check.
Assistance, does that mean advantage?
Yes, it does.
No whammy, no whammy, no whammy.
28.
How about a 28? Is it pretty
Fantastic.
good? Yeah, it is.
As the panther seems to look up, and you notice their gaze going past all of you, kind of the 10-mile stare out into the distance, 100-yard stare, whatever the fuck the idiom is. 10-mile, 100 yards, whatever. Exactly.
1,000 yards?
She's a
1,000 yards, yeah, that too.
As far as she wants to.
This is just a panther. You don't know if this is the goddess or not. This is just a panther who...
Yeah.
I have a sneaking suspicion they're all her.
And yet none of them are her.
Yeah.
Ooh.
She's not even real. She is real. She's Schrodinger's goddess. That's
God
what she
damn
is.
it.
What's in the box?
Where's this panther looking?
As
Dun-dun, dun-dun.
Jesus Christ. As it continues this stare off at the horizon, these lands here have seemed to have fewer and fewer inhabitants coming in lately. Seems the followers of Melora have becoming lessened as of late. Something is driving them from her light.
War.
What is it good for?
If Melora is aware of this war, as are all of the divine beings. However, it is not of their design to impose on the goings-on of the mortal races. You mentioned devils, though, did you not?
Oh, yes. So many devils.
There's the rub. As... God damn it. As if devils are involved, just kind of trails off slightly.
They've been at work in the kingdom of Shan for generations, subtly behind the scenes, manipulating them, sharing with them magics that are awful.
Their influence isn't only limited to our realm. They're in the Shadowfell. They're in the Underdark. They're in the Feywild. They're in probably every level of hell. They spread to every realm, invading, taking over, through sabotage, through war, direct and indirect, led by a devil named Titivolus.
Titivolus, you say? Then the rumors are true.
Yeah. We've lost a lot of good people and a lot of good land. I wonder if this is like I wonder if the plane's collapsing is going to affect this place. I'm trying to remember if I saw this place in my vision
I don't believe you saw this place. The closest thing that you saw was something that looked like a endless field of ripened wheat under a golden sun.
I was granted a vision of a possible future, a likely future, with planes collapsing in on top of each other. One of those was endless field of wheat and light. I worry that it might happen here as well. Or maybe this will be one of the only places unaffected.
Endless fields, the blessed fields.
Elysium?
Elysium.
If Elysium could fall,
If Elysium could fall, Elysium is... She kind of glances at the river itself. Kind of looks away from you, back towards where the river appears to be flowing from. Let's just say that if Elysium is a possible target, that it wouldn't take them long to reach these lands as well.
we're trying to build a team. Trying to put together a force.
Nefarious Adventure League.
Yes, that's it. To resist this, to prevent it from happening, to help everyone. We don't want the planes to collapse in upon each other. We don't want the corruption of hell to spread throughout everything. So we're trying. I worry that too many are not aware of just how real this possibility is becoming. And I understand that Melora does not wish to interfere with the affairs of mortals, but this is not our affair so much as it being done to us and everyone else. We're caught in the middle, trying desperately to keep everything from flying apart.
You feel the panther's gaze almost piercing your flesh. One by one, as this being, this entity almost peers into yourself and your soul. Butch, then Arnon, then Gwen, then Ember, Elric, and Orpheus. You almost feel a shiver go down your spine as this creature, this beast, makes eye contact with you. This place, these lands, from Karasunthra through Brux to Krigala, These lands are her domain. These lands were created by her will to care for those who gave their life in worship to her. It is our job, it is our reason for being to protect those souls. Whether it be invasion by demonic forces, fiends, astral entities, this is something that my kin has done in the past. Yet it has always been within our borders. We have not ventured beyond the borders of the Beastlands. For to leave here means leaving these souls unguarded. And every creature here is in the care of Melora. Every creature here was once of your kind. And at their time of passing was granted entry to the Beastlands in the form of their choosing.
Oh, would that they were able to be reincarnated. Perhaps to live to fight and then return back into the safety of your care.
Most of these creatures were not fighters. They were not warriors. And they have made a new life for themselves here. Most have been here millennia. However, that is not to say that there is no help that can be found here. And as they say this, you see their fur start glowing, this radiant white light that's almost blinding, as their form almost shrinks and expands at the same time as it transforms into a bipedal creature. As it stands in front of you, this 8-foot tall, dark, ebony-skinned, whitish gold glow coming off, radiating from it, and 2 large black feathered wings folded behind. As the true form of this solar stands in front of you.
Butch immediately I want to say he would immediately kneel in respect.
I want to know if I recognize it.
Do
I follow
a
suit with Butch.
do a religion check.
I should probably do a religion check to see if that's the appropriate response.
19.
Gwen is just mimicking.
You've
everything
seen.
you're doing.
Right.
While all of these are just like individuals, no two are the same. You have a very strong inclination that this is a very high-ranking divine being.
And what would I know of the relationship to my patron, if any?
It's hard to tell.
Just like same neighborhood.
Yeah, I mean, your patron serves a different deity, probably similar status level, just different boss, different place of employment, as it were. So as this solar stands in front of you, also with a 19, Arnon, you have read stories about these creatures, and there's one particular aspect of these creatures that is usually brought up in the readings that you've done, and that is the fact that these creatures, it is impossible to lie to these creatures. They have, because of their divinity, they know just from the, almost immediately as the words escape your mouth, if you are telling the truth or not.
Well, I mean, with me, that's pretty much anybody. So.
As this creature stands in front of you in its full 8-foot glory, you see this leather, almost hardened, oiled leather armor across the chest with arms bare, leather bracers on either side, and a hide, almost loincloth-esque, Conan the Barbarian style, on top of these leather pants and thick leather boots. A large greatsword to its side. You speak truth. Not once have you attempted to mislead me for your own gains and to better your cause. A group of 6 mortals taking on archdevils, abominations, creatures of the night. Yet from the smallest seed grows the mightiest trees. Your group, your quest, is a noble one indeed. Tell me, who guides you on this quest? Is it of the mortal? I feel there is other influences at play here.
Butch will hesitantly stand up. I serve the goddess Sending Moonbow. She has sent me visions and directed me to work on the material plane to stop this.
I'll just say the Matron of Ravens.
And Ember kind of stands up and mentions Moradin. It's like, So it is an alliance then. the Raven Queen, the Lunar Lady. The Dwarf King. They have aligned forces. They have sent their emissaries. Looks at the three of you, Elric, Orpheus, Gwen, who did not mention anything. And who is it you serve, if any?
I serve the memory of my friends and allies who I lost because of these same devils we fight now.
I aim not to serve one, but protect the line and embrace the line between life and death.
A short time ago, I would have said, my country. Now I'm not so sure. My country's gone. Its people scattered or conquered. Our leadership deferring to us as much as we defer to them. The nations that we ally with, asking the same question. Who are we serving? My answer is our plane, the prime material. Because that is what we stand to lose.
Melora is aware of this war. She was not privy to the goings-on of her kin, the choosing and equipping and putting her faith in these emissaries, these individuals who fight in her name. However, if the stories are as severe as you all honestly believe, and hope is as diminutive as I can see in all of your eyes, you're going to need anything and everything you can get your hands on. Any allies you can bring to you. While the gods themselves, as stated, cannot interfere directly, there are those of us who can. Melora's followers, while may not be as organized as the followers of the Dawn Father, the Platinum Dragon, or even Sehanin, they are massive in number. And then there's also the few of us who could potentially fight if the time is right. I will leave you with two things. Holds out a hand, and you see this branch appear in his left hand, hollow, tapered from left to right, a few smaller branches coming off. This will alert the followers of Melora at time of great need. This will alert us to bring them to you. This horn, I cannot, as I've stated before, we cannot risk emptying the Beastlands of all of its protectors, but a small battalion of Melora's top protectors, me and my kin, can be spared for a battle. And with us, if summoned through this horn, we can rally the troops of Melora from the prime material plane.
I think I'll name you the heroes of the horn. Or not. Legally distinct.
Oh my god.
Spell it. You can spell it with a G.
No, it's heroes like a Subway
Like a
sandwich.
Yeah. The Euros of the horn.
Heroes.
Wow. Secondly, this quest requires faith. Faith from each and every one. Otherwise, when fighting beings of this influence, this evil, having that extra boon, that extra protection around your soul may be the thing that keeps you on the winning side. There are ways to infiltrate even the strongest of character. But sometimes a little extra faith can keep that from happening.
Elric? Didn't Arnon have a thing we weren't able to get rid of?
Doctor said it would go away on its own.
Gwen's not going to pull a damn thing out of the bag, by the way, until someone asks her to at this point, so you better be direct. Or take the bag from me.
Arnon was affected by a devil lord?
He is cursed in some way.
What?
I don't know if that is a thing that you might have the power to lift.
Takes a look. He kind of steps towards you, Arnon. Yeah. Yes. A strong Gaius has been placed on this individual. So he raises his hand, kind of wipes it in front of your face as you feel that urge and that desire to fulfill that specific mission dissipates.
That's weird.
Thank you. I feel I am in your debt.
While we still have your ear, we had another ally. I say had because we fear that she may have been compromised by an ancient wizard named Vecna. Is the mother aware of Vecna?
She is.
Is there any
Maybe.
way that we could save her from his influence?
Kind of takes a minute. There's always possibility. However, Vecna's influence is powerful. And the power that comes with that influence, that power alone can corrupt once one has tasted and harnessed that level. Sometimes it is no longer Vecna's influence so much as their desire, the individual's desire not to lose that power, that does the majority of the corrupting.
Oh boy.
The-
Thank you.
You see Orpheus visibly become a little more down. But you see some kind of spark in his eye at hearing that there's always a possibility. And he remembers the words of the Solar to have faith. And he visibly without saying anything, becomes more upright and determined.
Arnon is just trying to figure out why the hell he was so interested in Asmodia.
That strange feeling of I can't remember why I was thinking about that so much.
There was something I was supposed to do today.
Have 5 daggeries.
No, I did that.
The Solar walks past each one of you and stops next to you, Gwen. This one, as he points a large, muscular finger towards you. This one is proof that someone who has been touched by darkness can indeed return. As he looks over to you, Orpheus. Do not lose faith in your friends as you travel with proof. Looks back
Orpheus.
Oh.
Orpheus just nods in understanding and feels a small amount of shame at the constant suspicion and questioning of Gwen in general that they've experienced throughout their journey.
Looks back towards you, Gwen. Nature's fury is a reminder of its unmatched power. The wild is not to be tamed, but respected. So he takes a
Gwen
step.
just nods and bows a little bit.
Make a perception check real quick.
Me?
Yes.
Not insight? Perception?
Perception.
Oh, no.
You notice that he's really into Orpheus.
18.
Fantastic. All right.
He's got a guy. Go ahead. Sorry.
Oh,
He's taken.
nothing.
I don't see anything.
Moving on.
No.
Yeah. So he takes a step back. He looks across all of you. Kind of places a hand to his chest. Is there anything else you wish to discuss with this Solar?
Did we get his name?
No.
You did not.
Is
Maybe.
there a way we could contact you again if we need to via message or sending?
You can reach him at Emery at hitthebooksofits.com.
I was going to mention that I could technically do it, but
Well, that fits perfectly then. Now that you
That's
mention it.
funny.
Says you're sending to.
not at the email address.
If you are an higher being, please email Emery. We need your help.
I might have questions.
Why am I here?
Why?
And if not that we respect your privacy, I would like to mention we have no way home.
I am aware of that.
Okay.
I have.
I go by many names, but you may refer to me as RIL.
We please get the spelling for that.
You could, except for I refreshed the page. Hold on a second.
It sounded like you said IRL. And I was like,
Ariel?
I think
Yeah,
it's like
basically.
Ariel.
Like Ariel. RIL.
Yeah.
It's like Ariel,
Under
but
the
more
tree.
angelic.
Under the tree.
More angelic.
I like your coconuts.
RIL. I might have either infernal or celestial being hounding my steps. Or lying in wait. Loth.
Kind of takes a second. In the heart of the storm, find your calm. A time may come where the enemy of your enemy becomes an ally.
I think this is the first time I've been both comforted and terrified in the same phrase.
Well, Loth may have a history and a penchant for, let's just say, the dramatic. In the end, she would be harmed by a convergence the same as the rest of the gods.
I will heed your counsel.
Now, our time is up. As he raises his hands, let the rivers carve your path and the mountains be your guide. As he
Thank you.
pushes this energy back forward towards you, and all of a sudden, whew, you're back.
So I'm
back where?
back where I was, and they're back where they were.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
I think that guy killed Butch.
Butch, you
Butch! God damn it.
Oh, yeah.
Butch, you find yourself standing in front of that fountain as the dawn sun starts peeking over. You see golden rays peeking through the lower edges of the canopy, just cresting over the top of this temple, and you stand in shadow as the light has only made it about halfway down the inside of temple wall.
That's so pretty.
You stand there next to this fountain, and beside you, that same elven man. Oh, you made it back. Did you find what you were looking for?
Ooh. It was serendipity.
As most things are, when talking about
Right.
the gods.
Thank you. What can I ever do to repay you?
It is my duty. You do not. No repayment is necessary. I am but a messenger, a traveler.
I am but a humble bragger.
Might we share a meal?
I would like that.
Let me send a message to my friends, and then I will prepare you something to eat.
Better roll good.
Right?
Better than you have been.
Oh my gosh.
Woof.
You poisoned the
Poison the
No. Let me cast send in real quick.
Okay.
Who has the
To
horn?
Gwen.
Wasn't that weird?
Hey, Gwen, this is Butch. I'm fine. Back where I was. Eating dinner with Elf. How many do I get? 15?
25.
25.
Oh. He seems like a chill dude. Say hi to the...
God damn it.
Well, guys, Butch seems to be fine. He's having dinner. Hi, he says.
To all of us?
I'm assuming he was going to say to the rest or the group, but he got cut off. You'd think they'd have developed a way for us to communicate more freely at this point with all the incredible magic we can do, but I'm assuming he says hi to all of us. You know, also, lighter ropes. What the fuck is this? But anyways.
It's true.
Right.
He's okay. He sent to me and he's okay.
And food was involved, of course.
Yeah. Dude's a chef now. Also,
Gwen.
she'd just come back with us. Yes. Wisdom check? Wisdom save, I mean? Just guessing.
Oh my god, we're back in the cave.
Death saving throw.
Gwen, death saving throw. No.
I swear to God. Every time you say
Hold on
wisdom
one
save, my
second.
skin crawls. I just want to put that out there.
Hold on one second. Can I edit this? How do I edit this? You look down. And I can't edit it. Oh well, that works.
Your toes.
You
are
notice something.
No legs. It's just vines now.
Yeah. You notice something that you hadn't noticed before.
On
your-
me?
On you.
It's not a tumor.
It's not a tumor. Hold on.
Is
The
it like
horn in your
something
pants?
of mine changed?
No,
Or is it
something was slipped on your
Ew.
person.
Y'all gotta quit sticking stuff in
If
my belt.
you're trying to change the description of something, look for the square with a pencil-looking thing in it.
You got the
It's
divine
fine.
horny.
I'll change the other thing.
Okay.
Go ahead and check your character sheet to see if you see anything different.
You are now a monk.
You're now a warlock again.
Yeah.
Find a top hat.
I swear to God.
Your race has been changed from wood elf to shroom?
Oh my God, I'm a spore person now.
That would be amazing.
She'd probably be okay with that.
No, Mycinid. Mycinid.
Nice is not what we do here.
You're
Where
highly
did I
smellable.
find this thing?
In Foundry.
No. I mean, like, on my person. Where was it?
On a finger.
Oh, shit. Okay. So I look down and I see a ring that wasn't there before. Do I know anything about it?
You
I mean, I can read it, but I mean, does Gwen know anything about it?
you would need to identify it or spend a little bit of time with it to attune to it. But you seeing it there, you remember when the Solar was standing in front of you. And you can imagine that he placed the ring on your hand.
I have.
Oops, shit. I didn't mean to do that.
Well,
This is new.
I wasn't looking. I have no idea what happened.
Man, I missed
You
it.
put a ring on it.
With this ring, you've now been wed.
are you engaged?
I know.
Hilarity.
But I mean, I believe this came from Ariel. Can you help me figure it out, over?
So I'm going to change the description. I was trying to change the
Okay.
description, but it wasn't letting me edit it. So you see a small brass ring. And the brass has been worked in a way to appear like two intertwining vines wrapping around your finger. And then they kind of wrap around in opposite directions and then come together in the center and kind of twist into this like setting with a small emerald that looking at this emerald, the emerald is actually in the shape of the top of a tree, like to where the brass the two brass vines, as they twist together, almost form the roots and the trunk, and then this emerald kind of canopies over. It's set inside, but then kind of it's almost cut in almost like a mushroom shape to resemble the canopy of the brass tree.
If I'm asked to identify it, that's what I ritually do.
I don't take it off though. You just gotta hold Gwen's hand for an hour. Or however long.
Do you want
10
me
minutes.
to send this to Emery and have for storyline wise, or do you just want to describe it?
Emery, channeling his magic would be delightful.
All right, Emery, I just sent you a DM with the details.
Gotcha. Okay, what name would you give this ring before I describe it? Or you can type the name of it.
We'll just say, for the sake of right now, there is no name. The name did not come
There's
to
no
you
name.
yet because I want to actually come up with a decent name, and I don't want to do it on the fly right now.
Gotcha. Okay. And holding your hand for longer than I've ever done that for anyone who isn't a Misra.
Now I feel bad. I was just
It's,
trying
you
to
know,
make Elric uncomfortable.
Hey, you succeeded. Congratulations. This magic ring, crafted from brass, inscribed with arcane glyphs and inset with a fragment of a gem of an origin that can be described later. While you're wearing it, the ring grants the following benefits. You get a +1 bonus to your spell save DC. And when you cast a spell that deals acid, cold, fire, force, lightning, or thunder damage, you can change the damage type to another random type of damage, determined by rolling a d6.
That's the name of the. That's the name of the ring.
Okay. This ring is called the Wilderness Keeper. It's very fitting. God damn it,
Running
Arden.
in the face. With the ring hand.
One last thing that you feel from this with your
My identifying magic.
you can't quite put your finger on it. You can't quite. There's something deeper inside this ring. Like there is a potentiality to this that has not yet come to fruition.
The potential for this ring's power to be magnified exists. I would suggest putting that ring to good use for quite some time.
I intend to.
This is quite the boon you've been given.
I don't know if I can ask this now, but I would assume that Gwen was very tuned in to when when Ariel was standing in front of her, but would she have noticed Orpheus's reaction? Well, I guess he turned and spoke to Orpheus, so I guess she would have followed the gaze. Would I have noticed how Orpheus responded when he said that Gwen was proof of...
Go ahead and make an insight check post-scene here. And also, Orpheus, would you have made any kind of outward expression, or would you have poker-faced it?
It would have been body language. I wasn't trying to hide it particularly.
Then with a 23, you probably noticed, yes.
After Elric finishes identifying the ring, I want to walk over to Orpheus and just grasp him on the shoulder and say it's I'm very thankful for what you did to help bring me back. And I know that I push a lot of boundaries, and I don't have any ill will or hard feelings. I'm very glad you're part of the party, Orpheus.
Orpheus pulls out the bag of holding with Rhett's arm in it and hands it back to you.
Thank you.
I shouldn't have ever mistrusted you. And for what it's worth, I'm very thankful that the first thing I got to do with this group was recover an ally and a good friend. And I hope you can forgive me.
Thank you. And I don't think there's anything to forgive after everything we've been through.
Now, Orpheus does not normally do
crying.
this, but he knows how Gwen is. And so he scoops her up in a big bear hug, puts her down, and then goes away to brood somewhere.
It's just crying.
Fantastic. And with that, we will go ahead and call it for the night. So, we will be here next week. Unfortunately, we will not have a Perry next week because he's going back on vacation again.
Sorry.
No big deal. So
How dare you have a life?
I know. How dare you enjoy
How
your
dare
time?
you have multiple vacations,
Right.
sir?
No.
Ah,
But enjoy your trip, and
Thank you.
Butch will probably spend the time meandering back towards Casa de Jaimir. So, and we will pick up with everyone else on Tuesday at 8:30 Eastern Time here at twitch.tv/thosenatural1s, youtube.com/@thosenatural1s, kick.com/thosenatural1s, and probably not Trovo because it's still not working. But also don't forget to tune in on Friday the 30th for our next in-person sitting around a table rolling real dice session. And we'll see what happens there too. Not quite sure if what we're doing there yet. More notes to be more notes to come on that one. So, thank you all very much, and we will see you again on Tuesday.
Where hopefully we won't roll a nat 1 engaging in an arms race.
Have a fantastic week. We will see you next weekend.